This is Pastor Akula. Akula? Akula. He's a married man with 3 kids, and he does ministry 20 kilometers away. And every Sunday he goes with his family on an Indian bike, which Lucas will put a picture of.
Glamour.
Hero Honda Glamour. Find that on Google. He'll put that picture up there, okay? So it's like this pastor is saying it's like a little circus that goes every Sunday, right? But it's an interesting story. He comes from an absolutely strong Hindu background. His whole family and everybody is Hindu. And he was the first convert. He became a Christian. And when he had his Bible, his mom used to throw it out of the house every time. He used to bring it. But he was also a shepherd or a cattle herder boy. Akula. Buffaloes. So, but that was his time where he used to worship God when he's away with his cattle, right? So that's where he used to grow closer with God. Eventually moved to the city. He got married and he started attending Brother A.S. Ratnam's church. And as he's there, his hunger for God seems to have increased, where he used to have 3 all-night prayers kind of thing a week, so 16 days a month. He used to have all-night prayers non-stop. He sold out and consumed. He and his wife, he got married in 2005. Yeah, so they were consumed in prayers and all that. And then through that, he began to have visions. God showed him what he'll be using him for. God showed him that he's going to be a witness among many people. God showed him where he's going to be a pastor, and where he saw people coming with Bibles in their hands. So God clearly specified what he's going to do. And his wife also slowly became passionate, and both of them now serve the Lord. So, he knows God called him for ministry. So he went. This Pastor A.S. Ratnam sent him to this place. He started with 8-member congregation, but because he was new in his faith, 4 people left. So he was left with 4 people. So he prayed and asked God, it's like, Lord, you promised me, you called me for this. And only 4 people left. But God again began to bring people into his congregation. Today he has 70 people he's working with. And he works in an area which is heartbroken. Again, a dangerous slum area. Where there's a lot of, again, alcohol, drugs, prostitution. But most importantly, there's child sex slaves. The children are sold, right? That's the area where this man works. It's very heart-wrenching to even imagine such a thing can happen, but that's where he works. And he, along with these poor people, they gathered 40,000 rupees and they built a church, but the people destroyed it. So so they built another one now. So it's still standing. It's a little thatched hut. Like majority of their churches are like that, sadly. They don't have buildings, don't have places to worship. But yet the hearts are on fire and they're serving God sincerely and rescuing people. Wonderful.
He has a good testimony in the place where he has a
So he also has a hair cutting shop. Lazarus is filling me with the details. And he constantly plays Christian music as Christian workers. And he has a great testimony in that area. And this year they did a big Christmas evening last year, a gospel event, outreach event where 600 people showed up and happened right next to a temple. Yeah. And they were asking at the end of it, seems, is it going to happen next year as well?
They actually threatened the meeting should not be done because you should not criticize any other gods. But praise God.
Okay. So he was threatened too many times, obviously. Right? But yet God kept him safe.
Customers కూడా చాలా మంది వ్యతిరేకించి కొంతమంది రాయడం మానేశారు. అయినా సరే సువార్త అందించాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో.
So some of his customers stopped coming because he shared the gospel and because he wanted to do it, but yet he didn't stop for the gospel's sake. So don't worry, North Americans, about losing customers for the gospel's sake. That's okay. Right? So praise God. How old are you? May I age? 34 years old. 34 years, 1 wife, 3 kids. 1 bike. Yeah. Okay. So he, when he got into ministry, he had 13 lakhs. They don't have lakhs. 1,300,000 rupees debt when he got into ministry. That's how much debt he came in. But he knows God called him. He told his wife. His wife was planning, how should I work? How should I do all this stuff? But they both stepped in. He encouraged her, let's step in because God called us and all our debts will be cleared. So, and he only does the hair cutting thing 3 days a week and 4 days a week. He does ministry. And today all his debts were cleared as soon as he got into ministry. As he answered the call, and he stood by the fact that God will provide if I am obedient to his calling. So all his debts are cleared, and he's a happy wife and a happy life. Right? Okay. Nice. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.